Hi there, my name is Marley. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm at my mom's house, so a little bit of a different background, but I just wanted to get a little bit ahead on filming my next video. Today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be doing the popular opinions book tag. I was not tagged in this, but I've seen a couple of people do it, and so I just kind of wanted to do it as well. It was originally created by Abby Salter, so shout out to her. I will include a link to her channel in the description. But basically, I think it was created in response to the unpopular book opinion tag, which I think I did. Is that the same as the anti-TBR tag? And since I'm not at home, I don't have my books here with me, so it's going to be a lot of inserting images for editing Marley, so maybe we'll regret that. The first question is a popular book or series that you love, and especially lately I have mostly been reading popular books or hyped books. So there's a lot of different things I could say here, but one of them that I'll say is Colleen Hoover's books. And I mean like literally all her books. Obviously there's ones that are more popular than others, like It Ends With Us and Verity, but I've read all of them and I really love them. It's funny because I did know she was pretty popular back when I binged all of her books, which was I think in 2019, and then she has just blown up since the pandemic started and with TikTok and everything. But I technically did read her books a little before she blew up, so I feel happy about that, but I also feel a little bit of FOMO because I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I was reading them now because I don't always remember everything. But yeah, I love her. I also of course love my two other favorite authors, which are Cassandra Clare and Rick Riordan, who have wrote really popular series as well. Question 2 is an underhyped book or series that you really love and wish was more popular. This one was a little bit harder for me to say because I do read such popular books now, but one of them would be the Darkest Powers series by Kelly Armstrong. I read this a long time ago, like back in the Twilight days, the Twilight era, so I'm not 100% sure if it would hold up, but I know back then, like, I loved it. It was one of my favorite series, and that was the time I was reading all of the YA fantasy series, and it was one of my top favorites. So I don't know if it didn't get as popular because it's a Canadian author, so it didn't really reach over to the US, but I really adored this series. It's about a bunch of supernatural teens who are at this, I guess, hospital for like struggling teens. Because they all have powers, they think that they have like mental health issues and different things, but they actually have different powers. And I remember really liking the romance in this one too. Maybe I'll say some underhyped Colleen Hoover books because she has some that are really hyped and they deserve it, but I feel like Without Merit was one of my favorites that people don't really talk about as much. And this is about a family. There is still a romance in it, but it mostly is focused on the main character Merit and then a lot of like family issues that she's going through. Question 3 is a romance that you love. There's a lot of good book couples. I feel like I don't get as invested in the couples as I used to when I was younger. One from my past was from the Vampire Academy series. So the main couple in that is Rose and Dimitri, and I was just that person that wanted to be against the grain, I guess. So I loved Rose with Adrian. I thought they were really cute. And I also had like a crack ship where I really shipped Rose with Christian. I don't know why, that's literally her best friend's romance, but I just thought they were really cute and they were like my secret ship that I had. Some of my other favorite ships come from Cassandra Clare books, which would be Clary and Jace, Will and Tessa, and then also Cordelia and Matthew. Question 4 is your favorite genre and a popular genre that you would like to read more of. So my favorite genre at this time is probably thrillers, whether that's YA or adult. I just feel like those are the ones that I am enjoying the most and being the most drawn to. Some of my favorite booktubers on here talk about thrillers. I just feel like they're the most fun, and you can also get through them pretty quick because they're normally not that long. As for a popular series I would like to read more of, that would probably be fantasy because that used to be my favorite genre when I was younger, and I still love it. I still really enjoy it whenever I read it, but I just don't make as much time for it. So I would like to read more fantasy, and I'm trying. I am trying. I don't know if you've noticed. Number 5 is a popular or beloved character that you love or a character that you think deserves more love. So one of the ones that I loved this year was Selwyn Kane from Legendborn, which is by Tracy Dion. I feel like maybe of people that have read the book he's popular, but I don't hear that many people talking about him, and I feel like he was a great character, and him and Bree's relationship was really, really cute and reminded me of one of my like big OTPs that I have. So I guess he would be one that's like underhyped and deserves more love, but hopefully after the second book comes out next year, he'll get more love. Number 6 is an autobuy author, and I've already mentioned a few of them already, but a sort of new autobuy author for me is Jewell. She is a thriller author and probably one of my favorite thriller authors. So I have started buying more of her backlisted books, and whenever I see them when I'm out at like used bookstores and stuff, I make sure to get them. And then whenever she's had new releases, I buy those as well. The new ones that have come out since I started liking her was Invisible Girl, and then The Night She Disappeared. I always forget the title of it. The Night She Disappeared, my current read. Also, probably one of my newer autobuy authors will now be Holly Jackson, because I loved her Good Girl Guide to Murder series trilogy that just ended, but I'll probably continue to buy her books if she puts out more of them. Number 7 is a popular book trope that you enjoy reading. There's a lot, like there's so many tropes in books, and there's so many that I love. So one of the ones I really enjoy is the boarding school trope. Very popular. A lot of people like it. A lot of YA series do this. I most recently read Red Rising by Pierce Brown, which had this. It wasn't really a boarding school, but it was like a bunch of kids at this school / training program. And I just really like that setting, just having all the kids in one place. Obviously super fun. I like in thrillers, just typical like whodunit, like there's a murder, who did it, or maybe it's like an isolated setting as well. In terms of romance, I actually like love triangles, which has always been an unpopular opinion. I guess I was just groomed into liking them because so many series had them back in the day when I loved to read originally, but I still like them. I don't get mad at them like some people. I also, of course, do like forced proximity as well with romances, like, oh, there's only one bed, or like, oh, you're forced to work together, or something like that. I feel like that normally goes hand in hand with enemies to lovers because they're being forced together, which those are always cute as well. Number 8 is a popular book or series you are excited to read. I have so many that I'm excited to read. I've read the first ACOTAR book this year, like in the summer, and so I'm really, really excited to keep reading the series. Like, why haven't I read the next one yet? I don't know, but I'm excited to read the rest and see if I continue to like it as much as I enjoyed the first one, which I gave 5 stars. I've been dying to read The Raven Boys, or The Raven Cycle, whatever the series is called, by Maggie Stiefvater. That's one I remember from back in the day, people talking about. Do I know what it's about? No. I think it's about a group. Maybe it's something like Six of Crows, where they just like are criminals or something. I honestly don't know. Is it a fantasy? Is it not? I don't even know. But I just know that I want to read that series. Another one I'm really dying to get to is Where Dreams Descend. And it's by Janella Angeles. And it is a Phantom of the Opera retelling or something like that. And honestly, that's all I know as well. I think it's fantasy and I think there's romance, but for some reason, I'm just like really drawn to the idea of this book and the cover. And I know the second book recently came out, so I really need to get the first one and the second one and just catch up on that series. The last question is a popular book and film where you love the story in both formats. So this definitely is a bit of a rare situation to like both a book and the screen adaptation. Obviously there is The Hunger Games. This is one that a lot of people enjoy both, and I would agree. I definitely enjoyed watching the movies as they were coming out. I most recently watched Little Fires Everywhere, the TV show, and I read that book earlier this year as well. The book I felt slightly disappointed with. I think I still give it like a 3.5. I still overall enjoyed it. And the TV show, I probably enjoyed even more. They stayed really, really true to the book if you have read the book. So I did really like that. There were a couple things I thought they added, but I'm not sure if it was just me remembering incorrectly from the book. But I really just liked how they stayed true to the theme so well from the book, and even like added more in to make it even better. Another throwback one that I can think of is The Fault in Our Stars. Like maybe not as loved anymore, but at the time I loved the book and I loved the movie. So that was a good one. And I guess another one just recent was One of Us is Lying, the book by Karen M. McManus. I loved it. It's a YA thriller. And then I just finished watching the show as well, and I did like the show a lot too. I feel like they did a pretty good job adapting that. I feel like they might have changed some things, but again, it's a thing where like I don't really remember, which is always great when you watch an adaptation a little bit after reading the book, so you don't remember everything exactly, so you're not like judging it as hard. You know what I mean? Anyways, so this was the popular opinions tag. I feel like I have a lot of popular opinions because I read so many popular books, which you can probably tell if you watch my channel. But yeah, we're just a basic bee over here. Please make sure to subscribe for more videos. I upload Tuesdays and Thursdays, and thank you guys for 300 subscribers. Yay! Bye!